Gentlemen, we're live here from the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. My name's Charlie Sarafian alongside Holden Bowles. Holden, we got a great game here. The South Carolina Gamecocks have made their way all the way over to Rocky Top to take on your Tennessee Volunteers.
Yes, sir, we do, Charlie. This is the number 3 team, the Tennessee Volunteers, versus the number 4 team in the SEC here. Tennessee's got more games played, but we're getting off to a strong start here.
Absolutely. You know, this should be a fun one. Two great teams ready to come in here, put on a show for these fans. And look, it was definitely a fun one getting in here, I'll tell you that. We had a Knoxville Ice Bears game before this one as we walked all the way over to the Knoxville Civic Coliseum to watch that. So that was a fun one. But this one, it's going to prove to be incredible.
It sure is.
Tennessee now controlling in the zone. Puck up to Hurlburt. Flicks it up top. Stolen by the Gamecocks. Looking to draw blood first. Wide open and low. It's Tommy Carroll as he gets peppered by a couple of South Carolina defenders. There's a possible opportunity early on for Tennessee. Not able to sneak it in there. Hurlburt, he had to look in front. The Vols love to try to attack from that middle. Now, Carolina, they boast one of the best players in the College Hockey South in the name of John Riggins, the MVP of the Division I conference last year for the College Hockey South. Now, I know things changed up a little bit. We had the AAU conference, and now it became the ACHA. Holden, you have two competitive teams that are now playing teams like, you know, Michigan up north. They play Kentucky, North Carolina. How do you think they're going to fare this season?
I think it's definitely a new challenge for them. They've got plenty of new competition that they got to suss out. But I think, at least for our Tennessee Ice Vols, no challenge when that man, Patrick Green, number 33, is in goal. One of the second best save percentages all of D2 hockey right now with 4 games played, sitting at a 95.6% save percentage. He's unreal.
Absolutely. And to have such good goalie talent in the back of the net, with Lincoln Simons and Patrick Green, I know head coach Drew King is confident in his squad, and that defense to back it up too. That's going to help out in this game against this high-powered, high-octane South Carolina team. As the Gamecocks control it over in Tennessee zone. Pushed up on the boards. Trying to just knock it out of there right now. It's Grant LaGreca. And Grant LaGreca, the freshman, he had an incredible first couple of games for Tennessee. And we'll get an icing call. So Holden, offensively, what do you want to see from the Volunteers to potentially get up early in this game?
I just want to see a lot of shots. Throwing back to our first home game versus West Virginia in Cool Sports, that game we put up 30-plus shots on the Mountaineers. They ended up getting the job done, but it took them a little bit to get warmed up. I think here versus the Gamecocks, they can put it away early if they put plenty of shots on target.
Face off. One initially by Spranklin, taken back by the Gamecocks. Pushed up on the boards. Jack Ani trying to dig it out of there. Pavic came in there to help him as Pavic comes away from the pack. Skating up with it and losing it was Kyle Stober. As the Gamecocks will now take this one is Carson Scove, the freshman. Having trouble controlling it for a second. Pavic got in there as he gets tangled up. And now taken away by South Carolina. David DuBois. He had a good playoffs last year in Athens as they were able to take down the number 1 seeded Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, certainly proven to be a pretty rough game so far, Charlie. Definitely looks like they're going to probably spend a lot of minutes in the box, but neither team here too afraid of that.
And we do apologize. It looks like we're having some camera lag. And I think we're back. South Carolina with a good shot as that puck glides all the way back. And it'll be scooped up by Tyler Tamoyan. Tyler Tamoyan, a really good goalie himself. We were talking about that Athens playoff tournament back last December. South Carolina looks for a chance. Patrick Green, body save. Looks like a couple South Carolina players had a good look at it. Carson Scove was able to get in there, and they'll get the puck, and it will be stolen back by the Volunteers. Skating up in the middle with it for Tennessee, it's Carter Trussler, the 6'4 defenseman, a big body back there for the Vols to potentially cause some havoc for South Carolina. Back over to the Gamecocks, Ben Risatelli, as the refs will call an icing. So two of the highest scoring offenses in the College Hockey South last year. South Carolina now holding, on the other hand, they also have a really good defense, a good offense. So what does Tennessee have to do defensively to maybe keep them from peppering Patrick Green?
I think biggest issue with the South Carolina offense here is their ability to make something out of the power play. This year, Tennessee's been great on the power play, both offensively and defensively. But what you want to see here is a good, clean game out of Tennessee. They've got plenty of playmakers, especially on power play opportunities.
Absolutely. And again, some camera difficulties. Looks like our cameraman down there, Lowen, he's moving spots to get the proper angle while we try to get you connected back over to our main camera. And it looks like he's making his way over in the hallway.
Going for a little trip.
Maybe I had to go get some food or something. Folks, we'll try to get that up and running for you in a second. And I can tell you right now, you're not missing anything. We'll have a face-off in South Carolina zone, so we'll try to give you radio play-by-play of what is happening down there on the ice. We'll get a face-off. It's Pavic for the Vols, facing off against Jeremiah Campbell. Puck will go back into neutral zone. Then shot back over to Tyler Tamoyan as they'll dump it off and leave it for his defender, Angelo Koshignano. And now South Carolina coming the other way with it.
Great save from number 13, Joseph Dotterer.
And they'll flip it back over. Tennessee will control now. Dylan Updike with it. As Hurlbur knocks it back. And that puck will go flying up in the air. LaGreca now will control. Back over to Spranklin. Spranklin, the leading goal scorer for the Volunteers. Had a good look at it. Wasn't able to finish as Ani fires one. That goes off the knee. Then there's another one. Another body shot. All of the Gamecocks helping out Tyler Tamoyan. You can only have one goalie on the ice, but South Carolina has about three out there. Bodies flying all over the floor, not allowing anything to happen. There's a shot. That one's going to knock just left. And Patrick Green, he got a pad on it. He was able to knock that away. South Carolina still controls over in the zone. There's another shot. Good save from Patrick Green. Enzo Finelli, he had a really solid look at it. One of those top-line players for South Carolina. And they boast a very good, incredible top line. A lot of players that can make and create shots. A lot of assists, a lot of goals. Just multiple point leaders for South Carolina. So if you're Tennessee, you really have to be careful at blocking that middle ground area.
Yeah, and South Carolina bringing it back down. Another opportunity right behind the goal, but settling it a bit and trying to get the shot. Great save by the defense, putting in the work as they kick it back to number 13. Wide shot into the stands. Nico Tajija.
You know, it was a good look for South Carolina, stealing that puck. Tennessee's got to be careful of losing control up by that blue line, because if you get the Gamecocks coming the other way with it, it's going to be dangerous. The Gamecocks, they have a lot of fast skaters on their team. But if you look at number 9 on the Volunteers, Mitchell Sprinklin, he actually won fastest skater for the College Hockey South All-Star Challenge in April when all of the SEC teams went and competed in hardest shot, best skills challenge, and Mitchell Sprinklin, he was able to take away that fastest skater. So you got some speed on South Carolina's side, but one player to look out for Tennessee, it's Mitchell Sprinklin. Because now the Vols, they'll have a look at it. Coming up the ice.
Yeah, William Shiner just not able to get done there.
Now wide open in front. There's a good look Lucas Van Molen was wide open in front. The backhander was not helping him as Patrick Green will brush that one away. Oh my goodness. Van Molen, he had a great look at it, and he's a guy who can really finish plays. It was a little far in front of him, so you do have to give him credit. He had a good look right in front of the net, so South Carolina, one of their better looks this game so far. Shot count in favor of the Gamecocks, 4 to Tennessee respective 1. Oh, Holden, you know he's going to be wanting that one back.
Oh, certainly. Just not what he had there. The backhand's always going to be a little tough, but you figure you know at this rate. As they settle in. A little bit of scrum going on. And Patrick covers it on up. Speaking of scrum, great day for Tennessee Athletics. The number 1 ranked Tennessee Volunteers take down the number 3 ranked Kentucky Wildcats in the Southeastern Conference of Rugby.
Yeah, what a game for them. You know, a lot of the club sports get overlooked on campus here, but you have so many really talented teams. Rugby, but Holden, we had the opportunity to watch the Tennessee Volunteers lacrosse team today play Tennessee Wesleyan, and when they won also today, so that was pretty entertaining.
Oh, certainly. Love some lacrosse.
If you missed that one, go ahead and check out our channel to catch all the highlights and action from that game. Bit of a last-minute one for the Tennessee Club Sports Network, but a fun one, of course, as we got a good look of what the lacrosse season is going to look like coming up in March. Flicked up in front in the neutral zone. Brushed away. Garrett Albers. They'll try to hunt that puck down. Bryce Cooper controlling. Back to Getz. Gets back to Cooper. Muffs it for a second, but dumps it back off. Multiple Tennessee players right in front. They try to convert. Christopher Free. Bryce Cooper now. Back over to number 20, Braden Graham. Graham will get pushed up on the boards. A hard hit and a pretty good one from number 16, the defenseman Mateo Marchese for South Carolina. Marchese just trying to control in his own zone. Multiple ice falls in front. Chris Kelly now on the ice. So now Volunteers a little bit of height with Bryce Cooper and Chris Kelly both standing at over 6'5". Hurlbert, he himself also 6'4". The Volunteers have a big lineup in there. As Ani now controls. Back down to Cooper. Tries to sneak it in there. Oh, Hurlbert, he almost got a stick on it. Is Ani with it. And Marchese and DuBois will clear that puck and get that one out of here. 10:20 to go here in the first period of play. You're watching the Tennessee Club Sports Network in this contest between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Tennessee Volunteers. Here's a look for the Vols. Stober, he loses it. Looks, fires one just right to Moyen. He got him leaving the blue zone for just a second. And now the Gamecocks with it the other way. And there's a shot saved by Patrick Green. So a good little sequence of events for the Vols. It looks like they're starting to set up their offense, Holden. But the one thing that South Carolina is doing well is putting more shots on goal. Volunteers only 1 shot on goal. So far, not able to create anything offensively on that side of things.
Certainly. I think the Ice Vols here are a little bit jarred. I don't think they've seen this level of physicality, and it's looking like a duck hunt out there with how much that puck is just flying across the ice. I think Tennessee needs to get their footing, get in their usual offensive rhythm, and put this one away.
Trying to chase that one down. Now controlled by the Gamecocks as they skate away with this one. Volunteers intercept it. Skating down by the crease. Puck over to Frazier on the ice, the team captain for this Tennessee Vols team. He was trying to find someone in the middle. Poked away. Dump pass was intended for Pavic. Pavic wasn't there to follow up with it, and that one's going to flick all the way back over to Patrick Green. Be chased down by the Volunteers here. And now taken up as the wide open lane for the South Carolina Gamecocks. A stick goes flying as they were trying to get a line change. Now here's a good look. Graham still controlling the puck. Trying to sneak in there, wraps around, loses it. Multiple Cocks pestering him over in the zone. Is now Oakley in the game for Tennessee to possibly provide a little bit more offense. Some miscommunication early on from both these teams, and it looks like the defense is winning the matchups. That puck has spent a lot of time over there in the neutral zone, Holden.
It sure has, but little look here from the Gamecocks as per usual, Patrick Green covering it on up.
And you know, this game so far, you haven't seen that many fights, penalties, scruffs, none of that. And, you know, it's interesting because two rivals here in the College Hockey South. Last year when Tennessee took on South Carolina in the Knoxville Civic Coliseum, the Volunteers were able to win those games wearing those Summit blue jerseys. It was a fun one, called by your director of broadcasting, Sawyer Stacy, giving you the action if you want to go back and check that out on the Tennessee Ice Wolves channel from last year. So a rematch of that game. It's going to be interesting to see who can come away with it. Obviously, the Gamecocks, such a prevalent program. The D3 team going undefeated, going to nationals, winning. South Carolina also having a stab at nationals, just falling short, but such a talented squad they have. Tommy Marvin, he'll just take a shot from Cooper as they get wrapped up over on the boards. Marvin was calling for the ref to say something. As that one is now taken back by Hurlburt. He'll just fire that one all the way over to Tyler Tamoyan's side of the ice. Chris Kelly with it. Kelly loses it. Now Sprinkling with the puck. Nice move. Looks for anyone in the middle. There's a shot. Tyler Tamoyan sits on it, blocks it. Puck almost goes in.
It's still loose. And they call that.
And now we get some pushing and shoving. And there's the fight. Oh, wow. Players falling, kicking, punching. Refs in there to stop it. There's the hockey that the fans know and love.
Yeah, you saw how hard they've been hitting each other all game. You knew it was going to happen at some point. And a good little fight. Just a little bit of passion from both ends. And the Vols not quitting on that puck till the ref blows it dead.
And you know, it's 11:30 p.m. here in the Knoxville Civic Coliseum on a Friday night. The fans, they were looking for something to cheer or get excited about. There was a lot of silence we had for a while. And you know, I thought Halloween was last week, and it looks like everybody decided to dress up as empty seats.
Indeed.
I will say, I did steal that joke from someone in the comment section just now. We commented dressed like a seat night. And I'll tell you what, one thing in the Knoxville Civic Coliseum, we play these games very late. As now we have an opportunity for LaGreca. Passes it up, though. Very unselfish play. Ooh, LaGreca. He has a really good shot at him. I'm surprised he didn't take that one himself.
Could have been a very dangerous deflection there.
It really could have.
Very lucky.
When you have a guy like Tyler Tamoyan, though, very, very talented. He's able to kind of stop pucks from getting up in front of him or getting lost. So it looks like he tried to knock that one away.
You want me to plug it into not you?
Oh, just goes right as Frazier tries to knock it back. No Volunteer was there to follow up with it. Pavic with it. Loses it. South Carolina had it right in front and now skinning the other way. So approaching 5 minutes to go here in this one. Still scoreless. Gamecocks still leading the way as far as shots on goal, 7-0. Now it'll be up on the boards. They'll lose it. Back in the neutral zone. He sends that one up. It's being chased by Primo. Primo will get to it, though. There's a nice little pass, but it was deflected by Tyler Tamoyan. That was a very underrated play by Tyler Tamoyan there, Holden. That puck was going to go right up into the middle, but Tamoyan deflected it back.
Yeah, high IQ play from the goalie there. As we get another opportunity from
Kyle Oakley. He was coming down there, Holden. You know, Kyle Oakley, one of those guys who I was talking about who can make something happen out of nothing. But so far, this defense has just been smothering. And I want to make it clear, there's not 5 seconds left in the first. There's about 5 minutes. We are using new AI technology to control the scoreboard. Trying it out.
As we set up for one more faceoff.
Ani, try to get it to Sprinklin. South Carolina with it.
Good deflection from Ani.
Now Stober. Stober almost able to hold on to it. Now here is a look by LaGreca. Fired one, just left. Kelly pokes it up in front. Kelly still controls the puck. Try to dump it back over to Stober.
And another missed shot from the Gamecocks. That's one thing, Charlie, I think the Gamecocks really need to hone in on if they want a chance to win this game. Like I said, you've got Patrick Green in goal. You need a high volume of shots, but when you're choosing those shots, you got to have good precision with those. And I think that if you're the Tennessee Ice Falls defense, your main goal should be stopping them from getting any clear looks from the range that they need to operate in.
Yeah, and you know, those looks, they've been there. They're just not able to capitalize on those looks. And, you know, it's unfortunate because there's a lot of good offense we're seeing, a lot of good passing. There's just been no goals. And even if you're looking at South Carolina, they've also had a lot of good plays, a lot of good setups right in front of the net, even that wide open breakaway. But we just haven't seen any puck in the back of the net so far in this one. Still scoreless.
Yep.
Here's Carolina with another chance. Bringing that one up. Lucas Van Molen, he had a good look at one earlier. Hurlbert. Back up to Updike. Updike. He'll send that one in front.
Buying some time for the line change.
Absolutely. They're just going to try to find anything as Pavic to Cooper. Cooper. Backed up to the middle. And now taken up by Pavic. Pavic in the middle. Frazier back to Pavic. There's a shot. They shoot. They score! The energy we were looking for came from a man named Matthew Pavic.
A great goal there, perfect passing, nothing too fancy. I think one of the biggest issues we've seen here with both teams trying to do too much in front of the goal, as my coach used to say, all Swedish, no finish. And you got that there from Pavic.
Matthew Pavic, he was patient, he waited, and he had the perfect shot right up in front. And that play, Holden, that was all set up by none other than our captain, Connor Frazier.
Yeah, stats aren't always going to reflect his contribution to the team, but he's there in every moment you need him to be, and he was there right there.
You know, that passing was just beautiful right there. Pavic, back to Frazier, back to Pavic. Here's another look. Oh, in front, almost got it off. That would have been another goal in 2 seconds as Sprinklin, he was wide open. It looks like a South Carolina got a stick on it. Colin Reed, the freshman, knocked it away. Such a good look in front. So 1:45 to go here in the first period of play. The Vols strike first after a goal from Matthew Pavic to take the lead. South Carolina now, it looks like they're just trying to find something. They're very unlucky so far in this one because they still lead the way in shots on goal, Holden, but they have not been able to find anything in the last 5 to 6 minutes. The Vols, it looks like they're just starting to click.
Certainly. I think a big part here is finding your rhythm. And it looks like the Tennessee Volunteers, only 4 shots on goal, but making one of those connect. I think they've started to find their rhythm at least. And I think the Gamecocks are struggling to find an answer. We'll see through the rest of the period, but hopefully it stays as great of a game as it's been so far.
Absolutely. And folks, after this first period, don't go anywhere as we have a sideline report coming up from one of our sideline reporters. We'll get another whistle, 43 seconds. And this one's just been so fun. I want to see more goals though, Holden, I'll tell you that.
Me too. I think hopefully here the Ice Owls have found their rhythm, like I was saying. Usually they don't just get one. They often get one, put another one in, and then the floodgates are open. And we'll see here with Frazier taking a face-off here right by the Gamecocks goal with 43 seconds to go. Passing around. Long shot.
Covered up by Tamoyan there. Face-off coming over in the South Carolina Gamecock zone, won by Frazier. Stober with it, 30 seconds to go as they look to go up 2-0 at the end of this period. Back over to Cooper, and now to LaGreca. Cooper. Shot. Blocked away. And now, South Carolina the other way. Shot saved by Patrick Green. Green wearing the hero cape tonight for Tennessee. He's a brick wall back there so far. As time's going to wind down. And he'll go over to Cooper. And that'll do it for the first period of play. We're going to go over to our sideline reporter, Aubrey Anderson. Aubrey, what do you got for us?
Great end of the period here. We love to see some offense get going. You guys keep talking about how it's been a great game defensively, and I would love to agree. I would say that South Carolina is a very defensive team, and it's notable to know that we have 2 players missing tonight, Tyler Isles and Henry Cohen, and Tyler Isles is also an alternate captain, so that's a big loss to see for tonight, and when you have a dip in the offense, you love to see that defense really stepping up to fill that hole. So should expect to see that here continuing throughout the game. Back to you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Aubrey. Don't go anywhere, folks. That was a fun period of play. We'll be back here for the second period of play on Rocky Top.
are the Tennessee Volunteers. And now is our time. Time for unbeatable experiences, for bold innovation, for historic moments. It's time to do what Vols do best. More life-changing research, more problem solving, more lighting the way. We have what it takes. It takes a volunteer.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Knoxville, Tennessee. Look at that. Look at that shot. Beautiful Knoxville. Temperatures ranging in the 60s to 50s. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Tennessee Club Sports Network. My name is Charlie Sarafian, joined alongside Holden Bowles. We've got a fun one so far. We're approaching the second period of play. Tennessee Volunteers up 1-0 against the Gamecocks.
Yeah, Charlie, it's been a great game so far. Not that much action scoring-wise, but it's been plenty of hits, all sorts of intensity on the puck. It's just been flying. The players been flying. The puck's been flying. We're hoping to see some more goals here.
Absolutely. Tennessee did a really good job at facilitating that offense towards the end of that period. They were able to knock one in after incredible back-and-forth pass set up by Frazier, giving Matthew Pavic the opportunity to put one in the back of the net. But the one thing I want to look for Tennessee to continue to do is just keep up that forecheck, really make those passes crisp, try not to give that puck up over in the central zone, because the one thing you got to be careful about is South Carolina's John Riggins, the MVP of the College Hockey South last year. He had a chance to get that puck up in open ice a couple of times along with Marchese. So if you're the South Carolina Gamecocks, what I would do is try to find your guy, John Riggins, the MVP, because he can put him in the back of the net.
Hey, I wouldn't just look at John Riggins, though. South Carolina has plenty of great players, including Brendan Flaherty, a defender with 6 points, 1 point per game with the 6 games that South Carolina's played. He's a real team player, and you can't underestimate him.
Absolutely. We're going to go down to our sideline reporter really quick down there on the ice. Cassidy, what do you got for us down there?
5 seconds to go, and the first period was great, and I want to see a little bit more of the Vols just being a little bit more offensive. It's been a very defensive game, and we have 1 goal, and I hope that we can get more. Back to you guys at the booth. Thank you.
Well, this is going to be an exciting one. The boys are fired up, and I'll tell you what, it's a Friday night here on Rocky Top. Again, volunteer lacrosse team. That was a really fun game we got to call this morning. A little early, Friday night. You might want to go out here and there, wake up late. I'm sure all the players feel the same, but I can tell you one thing is these players are fired up for this second period of play in South Carolina. They're going to come out swinging. I know that.
Yeah. Definitely didn't look like Tennessee Wesleyan or later on the Shiners had woken up completely yet, but certainly here tonight, we have a bunch of guys who are ready to lay on the punches.
And if you just look down there on the ice, Tyler Tamoyan, he's warming up. He's had a good game so far, and you can't really discredit him for giving up that 1 goal, against Matthew Pavic. He was kind of caught off guard. It was a really beautiful passing game set up. Patrick Green, though, on the other side of the ice over there for Tennessee, he was really putting in the work. He's been a brick wall so far. And, the president of this hockey program, he's a guy you really like to have between the sticks.
Oh, certainly. But you got to give some credit to the defense there as well. When half of South Carolina's shots aren't even reaching him due to great positioning and a lot of effort on the defensive end.
Absolutely. As we get set here for the second period of play. Now again, the Knoxville Ice Bears just won their game in overtime. They played right before. Bit of a delay start to our game because that game went to an overtime, and that was thrilling to watch. We had a chance to watch the last couple of minutes of that. Last minute shot, a minute to go in overtime. Ice Bears put it in the back of the net. Hopefully the Volunteers can, copy that trend and hopefully come away with a win here.
Oh, certainly. We are gearing up and almost ready for face-off.
Absolutely. Head coach Drew King down there on your camera. Calling up the plays, he works for the Knoxville Ice Bears as well, but we're getting set. Face-off, won by the Vols here on Rocky Top as Tennessee looks to regain control of this game. Puck played back over by the blue line. Bryce Cooper waiting on it. Holds onto it for a second, knocks it up in front. South Carolina looks like they're going to come out with a bit more energy in this one and try to tie this game back up. There's a shot early on, testing Patrick Green. He'll wait for the whistle. We'll get a face-off coming in the Volunteer zone.
Yeah, you're Carolina there. I just don't understand. You've got one of the best goalies in D2 facing off against you, and you choose the shot all the way out there. You don't even have pressure on you yet. I mean, they're the players I just don't understand that.
Face-off won by Bryce Cooper. He'll wrap around. He's got Sprinklin up top. Sprinklin will lose it, bounces off the skate. Volunteers looking to track this one down, get up 2-0 in this game. Cooper backtracks. Followed closely by Enzo Finelli. Cooper pinned up on the boards by Enzo Finelli. You know, Cooper, he's a guy, it's hard to kind of pin him up on the boards. Again, standing at 6'5", 6'6". He's not exactly easy to move around. There's Sprinklin testing Tamoyan early on in this second period. Couldn't find anything. Cooper down to Frazier. Frazier in the middle of Sprinklin. Back to Frazier. There's that passing from the Volunteers. LaGreca, he tried to follow up with it. Bit too much heat on it. As they'll play with this one in the back of the net. There's another shot.
Just barely off the mark. Great save, though, from
Frazier up in front. And Tamoyan knocked that one away. Havoc gives it back to Ani. Now controlled over there by Ani again. Volunteers looking for it. Good defense play from South Carolina. Here's a look here. Matthew Baxter. He had it for a second. It was intercepted back by Ani. To Kelly. Now to Hurlbert. Fires it up in front. Chase alongside of Aiden Dunphy. And that one will sail all the way back towards Patrick Green. It's a foot race. Riggins now with it. Tries to hold on to it. You got to be careful with John Riggins. He's a fast skater. If you leave him alone in open ice, he can make stuff happen. Oh, there's an opportunity. Shot. South Carolina looked to try to sneak one in the back of the net. Baxter had a look at it. And now Vols coming the other way. The push. Tommy Carroll, the freshman from Marshfield, Connecticut. Now Updike lays a big hit up on the boards. Ooh, Baxter's going to feel that one. He was hit pretty hard. Pass intended for Baxter, loses it in front. Green's just going to knock that one off to the side. Good heads-up play by Patrick Green to come out of the net. As he had a wide open number 19, Owen Newman, coming his way for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, a really good play there from Patrick Green. A lot of the time as a goalie, you don't know whether you should come out of the goal or not. Often you just have the instinct to protect your ground, but great choice from Green to come out, stop that goal-scoring opportunity, and keep the possession with the Vols.
Volunteers win the face-off in South Carolina zone. Puck deflected in front, not able to knock it in the back of the net. South Carolina now with it. They swing it around. Christopher Free with it.
Round once again.
Back to Braden Graham. Graham has got Primo in the middle. Pass was intended for him. He lost it. There's too many Gamecocks right there in the middle. South Carolina with it. Carson Scove gets it up to Enzo Finelli. Scove and Finelli. They've had good chemistry so far on the passing side of things. However, the Gamecocks still not able to find the back of the net. And Holden, it's interesting now, if you look at the shots on goal, it's now evened up. Now Tennessee is now leading the way of 9 to South Carolina's now respective 7.
Yeah, certainly Tennessee has carried that momentum for the last 5 minutes of the last quarter or period over into this period. They've been great offensively. They've felt more in control, and I think that momentum has really shifted from the Gamecocks to the Ice Vols.
Pavic to face off for Tennessee. He'll lose that face off. The Gamecocks get it. They'll flick it up in front. Sprinklin. He'll find the loose puck. It's batted around for a couple of seconds. Stober tried to grab it over on the left side. He couldn't get his stick on it. Stober. Over to Sprinklin. Sprinklin, wraparound shot. Just left. Glided over the face of Tamoyan. LaGreca being pinned up on the boards. Sprinklin will let that one go back to Ani. And now Gamecocks the other way. Nico, he'll fire a shot. Knocked away by Green. Scove skating around. He gets it over to Van Mullen. So Scove and Van Mullen leading the offense for South Carolina. As Kelly, one of the bigger defenders for Tennessee, over to Spranklin. Coming out of the pack, it's Van Mullen again. He gets it up front. Here's a shot deflected. Good defense played by LaGreca. LaGreca hunting down that puck. Again, he had a goal a couple weekends ago. There's a nice move by South Carolina, getting it in front, glided just across the face of Patrick Green. That was one of the better looks from the Gamecocks all night, not able to convert once again. That's been the story of the game for them. Pavic with it behind the back of the net. Dangerous play there for the Cocks. That one will sail all the way back over to the Volunteer side of things, and we'll look to reset here. Approaching 14 to go in the second period of play. It is now the midnight hour in Knoxville, Tennessee, and club hockey is not even halfway done. So sit back and relax because we've got a show for you.
Yeah, we sure do. This matchup has been great so far. And what I've seen so far is that the South Carolina Gamecocks, they started out strong. They had great momentum. They were out-bodying, outplaying. Their physicality was unmatched. And slowly but surely, we've taken it away as the Ice Falls have gotten faster. They've gotten more adjusted to those big hits, the very unpredictable play of South Carolina, and they're really playing their game now.
They are, and you know, the one thing about South Carolina is they're looking a little more comfortable as you go on. You're starting to see those passes click, and that's what happened to Tennessee in that end of the first period. The passes started to click. They started to find each other. So it's really good for them to just stay aware and keep continuing to spread that puck. But we got another offensive effort over in Tennessee's zone. Coming back with it, it's Winklebleck and an offsides.
And one thing I think that's really getting to South Carolina is themselves. I think they're in their head a little too much. You had a great 3-on-3 opportunity right in front of Patrick, and instead of capitalizing on that, they even make it a 2-on-3. They muff the pass, and they just end up losing the puck.
Back over by the blue line. They'll fire that one over as Green will knock it away. Dangerous pass right in front of Patrick Green. That puck sails just out of danger's way. There's another shot wide open. It was Riggins. He tried the one-timer. It looks like Green might have got the glove on it. Oh, shoot. Tommy Carroll, he takes a lick down there on the ice. He went flying. The stick almost went over into the South Carolina bench. Carroll got up, though. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, giving him a little more motivation here, if he needed any.
Updike, oh, he's just being pestered, pinned up on the boards by multiple Tennessee players. And they're just looking for any opening in the middle. Now wrapping around the other way, Cooper. He'll get to it first. Oh, he takes a hit. Ooh. And now we'll get some extracurriculars down there, pushing and shoving. Cooper's on the floor. Multiple bodies come in.
And, you know, this has been a feature that we haven't seen too much of this season. Obviously, ACHL rules aren't meant for fights, but these boys, they're feeling rowdy tonight. And we're all here for it.
Absolutely, and I'm loving it. You know, it's late. We got college kids playing hockey, pushing up against each other. We're going to see what they call here. Stripes talking to captain for the South Carolina Gamecocks, John Riggins, says, oh, watch out. Witt Maxwell, our producer, almost just took a fall down the stairs.
Now, I'm really interested to see how South Carolina is going to handle this opportunity. They are wonderful on the power play. And this is a moment that if you're Tennessee, you know your skill set is really tailored to the power play. But as long as they can hold down their capabilities, I think they've got this one in the bag.
And you know, one thing Tennessee, you got to be careful about is just letting those penalty minutes add up. So it looks like we're going to get the official call down here from Stripes, talking to both team captains, Connor Frazier, John Riggins, looking to see what they're going to do here, how they're going to allocate these penalties. But what started was Bryce Cooper getting hit up on the boards. He took a shot, went down. He's a big guy, so it's hard for him to go down. So he was not happy with that. Luckily, some of his teammates came in there to try to back him up. But we're going to get what looks like to be a 4-on-4 here for both these teams, as they're both going to share time in the penalty box. And if I can see correctly, that's number 10 for South Carolina, spending some time in the sin bin, Matthew Baxter. For the Volunteers, I wish I had eyes all over the ice, but unfortunately, I can't see everything, folks. I'm not a jack of all trades.
Hey, none of us are. But we're coming in for another face-off. Thankfully, for the Tennessee Ice Balls, it's still a 4-on-4. I think they handle this well. Just keep their defensive positioning and keep playing with how much grit they've been showing all night here.
Face off, won by nobody yet, as it looks like they did a little pirouette down on the ice. So serving the penalty for the Volunteers, it's going to be William Hurlbert. South Carolina, there's a look. Rifled that one in there. It was number 8, Jake Puskar. There's another one. It's blocked by Bryce Cooper up in front. Puskar had 2 good looks, and there was a lot of heat behind that shot. I'll tell you that, Holden. There's another opportunity for South Carolina as they wrap around by the blue line. It's number 6, skating with it, Tommy Marvin. We've seen a lot from him, the defenseman, on the offensive side of things. So interesting to see that this South Carolina team that can kind of mix and match their forwards, their wingers, then the defensemen, kind of get them all involved.
Yeah, 100%. Top 10 points on South Carolina. 6 of them forwards, 4 of them defensemen. That's an insane breakdown when you look at the Tennessee Ice Balls being 7 of them, obviously forwards, and then rounding out the top 10, your defensemen. As the Tennessee Ice Balls and South Carolina Gamecocks prepare to face back off. Looks like Frazier getting ready to face off against.
It looks like Jeremiah Campbell is doing the face-off for the Gamecocks, the defenseman. And, excuse me, it was number 12 for the South Carolina Gamecocks, Lucas Van Molen. You know, he's more of a bigger guy, too, 6'4", but so is Connor Frazier, even-sized. So a good size matchup down there on the ice. Here's Ani. Back over to Frazier. Frazier, he drags for a second, back to Pavic. And the Gamecocks just looking to try to get it out of there. So 30 seconds to go on both these power plays. There's a shot blocked away by Green. Both teams at 4-on-4 right now.
For the next 18 seconds.
There's a shot, almost sneaks in there. Lucas Van Molen, he had a good look at it. Back over to Ani. They'll poke it up to Chris Kelly. Chris Kelly tries to hold onto it, shoves the South Carolina player into his opposing bench. Some pushing and shoving between Van Molen and Chris Kelly. And now there's a lot of pushing and shoving. It looks like Tyler Tamoyan, he had a good look at it. Fans loving it.
Yeah.
Big tumble up there in front of the ice. Head coach Drew King kind of just assessing the situation.
And Matthew Baxter looking a little shaken up there for the Gamecocks, but on our side of the ball, or on our side of the puck, we got Ahni, a little bit frustrated with the call, I'd say.
Yeah, you know, it's going to happen, especially in these rivalry games. You're not going to be incredibly happy if you get caught up right in front of the goalie. And really what happens and why these penalties occur, Ani, he skated in. You can't really get up or move around once you fall down there, which is kind of difficult. So you got to get trapped at the bottom. That causes just an all-out chaos of just pushing and fighting. And sometimes you don't even mean to try to do it. So a face-off coming over in Tennessee's zone is going to be Riggins going up against Tommy Carroll. Carroll, he's so good at those face-offs, winning them at a rate of 64% this season. As Getz, he'll come back down, knock it back up to number 18 for the Gamecocks. Trying to get the offense going. So South Carolina on the power play now. Tennessee will get a good look on how they can defend it. They shoot, they score, a battle rocket. The Gamecocks strike. Carson Scove knocked Patrick Green's water bottle right off of that net. And it is a 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, that's something we saw coming. But with South Carolina, it's just they're too powerful on that power play, and they're going to need more opportunities like that if they want to get back in the lead here in the second period.
Face off coming. And South Carolina striking back. Tied hockey game here. Stober, he'll flick this one back up as they're going to just try to respond as Spranklin chases that one. Stober takes a shot up on the boards.
Now next whistle.
There's another shot. It's knocked away by Tamoyan. They'll fire that one up on the ice now for the Volunteers. Back in the defensive side of things. Bryce Cooper still facilitating. Tamoyan, he'll dump it off, let his team come back to track that puck and bring it the other way. And we'll get a whistle. So we're going to go down to Aubrey Anderson down there on the ice with a fan. What do you got for us, Aubrey?
Thank you so much, guys. Not what we love to see right now, but on a more positive note, I'm here with a fan. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Hill Mancini, and I go here to the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and I'm a student.
And what made you choose Tennessee?
Yeah, so what made me choose Tennessee was my dad's whole side of the family was here, and my dad went to the University of Tennessee, Memphis for med school. And if there was one thing I would say to the Ice Balls is keep pushing. You guys are doing great. I'm a huge fan. I'm your #1 fan. Go Vols.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
So wonderful to see the fans supporting the Tennessee Volunteers, even if it's midnight on Rocky Top.
Yeah, hockey never sleeps here. And that's been evident from the first game of the season. Great little matchup with the West Virginia Mountaineers, ending at approximately 1:30 in the morning. And we're in for another great night of late night hockey.
Bryce Cooper, he'll knock that one up to Pavic. Pavic will take the puck, get pinned up on the boards. Back to Frazier. Frazier over to Cooper. Cooper mishandles the puck for a second, and now stolen by the Gamecocks. Number 17, Enzo Finelli. We've said his name many times tonight.
But yeah, Ben Riccatelli flying in there and really fighting the Ice Balls for this one. Bringing some of that much-needed physicality back to the Gamecocks as they feel a jolt of momentum with their first goal of the night.
You know, that was a good look down there for the Gamecocks. Spranklin tried to knock that one and try to get it to bounce off to Moyne. We've seen that happen for the Ice Balls this season. There was another good look. LaGreca, he tried to set up Matthew Pavic coming down there in the crease, but that one went out of play. Good heads-up move from Tyler Tamoyan.
Certainly, Charlie. This is a defining moment. We've got 32 seconds left on the power play for the Tennessee Ice Balls, and a face-off right in their territory. You need this if you want to regain your momentum and stop the Gamecocks from their run here.
Getz chases this one down. Over to William Hurlburt. Hurlburt gets pushed up on the boards as Pavic now takes this one. Puck played in neutral ice. So Tennessee on the power play, about 5 seconds left to go in that one. Shots on goal now tilting back towards South Carolina as they lead the way 12-11. And the Gamecocks at full strength. There's a look in front just right. Tommy Carroll tried to sneak one in the top right corner. There was another shot by Pavic. He tried to look for the top right corner. Can we go 3 for 3 here? Skating in the back, right behind Tyler Tamoyan. It's Tommy Carroll as they tried to dig that puck away. And finally controlling it for South Carolina is Matthew Winklebleck. Chris Kelly. And we'll get a line change coming for Tennessee. So 6:20 to go in this one.
As we get icing. So nothing coming up out of that power play there for the Tennessee Ice Balls, but still, they are in this game, and they cannot allow for South Carolina to get the game back in their control, stop playing their game, and focus on getting back into this one. Face-off coming.
Stephen Brochu, head coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks. You just saw him there. He's led this program the entire way. They've been so good and dominant in the past couple of years, and South Carolina hockey on the rise. I even saw a South Carolina Gamecocks jersey in Los Angeles a summer ago. You know, a lot of these teams using that branding, all the social medias, you got to give it up to the social media teams at some of these hockey programs as that puck just goes far left. Ryan Betty, the social media manager for Tennessee hockey, he has just changed the game for the Ice Balls. 15,000 followers, 1.1 million profile impressions. Incredible.
That is incredible, and it's all well-deserved. That team with the Tennessee Ice Balls puts hours into their work before, after, during the games. And you can tell from the pure quality of all of those graphics, all the content they're putting out. Big kudos to them.
Face off over in South Carolina's zone. A tied game here. We're getting a treat, even though Halloween was last weekend. A big hit up on the boards is Oakley. Oh, he laid him out. They're not going to call anything. It was clean. Luckily getting up was number 14 for South Carolina, Matthew Winklebleck. Oh, he took a shot there, and not the fun kind.
Oh, boy, yeah. Took him quite a while to get back up from that one. As you can see, getting a good breather on that bench there. But I don't know why these guys can't stay on their feet. Number 3, Brendan Flaherty, tripping over his own feet there, I guess.
You know, Flaherty was wide open in front. I bet he was a bit surprised he was left that one open because the puck left him and his feet left him as well. He took a spill, is the word I'm trying to say. Again, the ice, believe it or not, it's slippery out there. There's a shot.
Wouldn't be able to tell with how well our guys are staying up.
And now we'll get some more punching and pushing and shoving between Bryce Cooper and... I wish I had binoculars up here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
John Riggins.
Definitely not a great contrast of the garnet and black, but we're doing our best up here.
And, you know, John Riggins, we haven't really seen him wake up in this game so far. Tennessee, they've kind of been dominating time of possession most of this game. But when John Riggins gets the puck, it looks like he just wants more help. They're not really able to set up that offense because of that really big back line in there for the Vols. I mean, you got multiple guys standing at over 6'4", 6'5", so it's really hard to sneak in there and find that middle opening zone.
Yeah, of course. Big props to the Tennessee defense, not playing Riggins' game and keeping it very, very close here, no matter the physicality or the momentum in the moment.
So approaching 4 minutes to go in this one. It's getting late here in Knoxville Civic Coliseum. South Carolina looking to get their first lead of this game. In front, Patrick Green, he's going to cover it up. And again, Patrick Green, he's so keen so far for the Volunteers back between the sticks. And again, we were just talking about how Tennessee boasts that incredible goalie room. You've got Lincoln Simons, Patrick Green, and even looking in the past, guys like Ryan Farrell on the D3 side of things. You have so many guys you can just plug in and play and get back there and just be comfortable with them.
Yeah, certainly. I haven't been around the program for too long, but from what I have seen, very impressive from all of the goalies on this Ice Vols team.
You know, I also want to give props to the guy between the sticks over there in that black jersey, rocking those brown pads, Tyler Tomoyan. I had the opportunity to watch him in the College Hockey South playoffs in Athens, Georgia last February, and that guy, he is incredible. He put on a show against the Georgia Bulldogs on their home ice, shutting up those Georgia fans.
And they do not shut up.
And I'll tell you what, I was trying to think of that song from the Georgia Bulldogs. Who's that coming down the tracks? The Mean Machine. I hate that song so much. But I'll tell you what, I'm more of a fan of this South Carolina squad. I like the way they play. They're classy. They really pass the puck, move it around.
Showing some class there.
You know, you just like to see it. You like to see good hockey. And Gamecocks, they play good hockey. Very talented.
They sure do. They're swinging. They are slamming. And they are getting a good bit of momentum back here as they swing it around. And a good stop from Patrick Green.
Updike. Being aware, getting this one out of there as both players hit the ice. And we'll get a delay penalties. Patrick Green will come out and looks like it's going to be hooking on number 18 for Tennessee, Carson Scove. So Green, he rushed out of there. I didn't know he was that fast, I'll tell you that.
Hey, me neither. Maybe he needs to get in that fastest skater competition.
You know, it's funny. I'm pretty sure they did a goalie race at that All-Star game. We'll have to ask our Vice President, John Hanson, if they did it. He can't hear me over there. He's got a headset on. But again, the College Hockey South All-Star Challenge was a fun one. You saw so many great guys coming together, having fun. A lot of these guys, when they play those All-Star games, they travel together, they hang out together. Even when we have those tournaments, they go out together, they have fun, they mingle. And you know, College Hockey South, they're going to Europe actually in January. So that's going to be fun to see those teams play.
Yeah, a great experience for sure. One to look forward to, but also you got to love those experiences. Not just for the playing time, but for the time you get off the ice. The time you spent with these boys, it's going to be the best moments of your life. That's one of the things I love the most about team sports. You get to know all these guys, ins and outs. They're your family through these years, and it's only going to bring you together even better, as it looks like Tennessee's going to be 2 men up on the power play.
Yeah, it's going to be Lucas Van Molen spending some time in the sim bin with his buddy Carson Scove. Not a lot of room in there, so I wouldn't go ahead and pay too much of a high rent. You're not really exactly getting your money's worth. But the good news is for the Volunteers is that they're going to go 5-on-3. So if you're Tennessee, this is one of those opportunities you have to capitalize on. This is such a vital moment in this game right here. Stober will give it back to Spranklin. Spranklin, he's a guy you want on the ice right now for Tennessee, along with Frazier too. Frazier spins it back over to Spranklin. This play is being beautifully set up. Gets the screen. Spranklin loses it for a second, though. John Riggins hounding him on the defensive side of things. Good play from John Riggins to stop that from developing. And what a play drawn up by head coach Drew King. Almost like a screen in basketball. This offense is really clicking. Here's a wide open opportunity. They shoot, they score! Kyle Stober!
And that is what you want to see from the Tennessee Ice Vols. I've got it here. Get the puck to Spranklin and Stober in the big moments, and that's exactly what they do.
Well, you let them get a 5-on-3 opportunity, and when you give the puck to a guy like Kyle Stober, he's going to make magic happen. And I know this isn't Disney on Ice, but we're seeing some magical offense from Tennessee so far. Wow, Kyle Stober, he rifled that one in there. It was beautifully set up by Bryce Cooper, Connor Frazier, Matt Pavick. When you get a shot wide open like that, you just got to take it.
Yeah, a bit of a unicorn, Kyle Stober, 5'9", 180, and a lefty out of Old Saybrook, Connecticut. But one of the best guys to get the puck to in those big moments. Multiple game-winning goals for Stober, and puts the Ice Vols back ahead with 1:15 to go.
And
the period.
Sorry to cut you off there, Holden. The one thing important to note is that Tennessee's still on the power play. You still got a guy, Van Mullen, in the penalty box for South Carolina. So if you're Tennessee, 1 minute left, and you're going to get 45 seconds left of 5-on-4. So a shorthanded goal opportunity coming the other way for South Carolina. Multiple Tennessee Volunteers stopping that play from becoming a goal. We'll get a whistle, and now we'll get some talking and some pushing and maybe a little bit of shoving as well. The icing on the cake. And It looks like number 18, Carson Scove, he did not like what Pavick might have said to him. So the players aren't mic'd up, which is probably a good thing because YouTube would maybe take this stream down for profanity. But what I can tell you is a Tennessee player just made his way into the penalty box. So it's going to be 4-4.
And as you know, this will quickly expire. We got 2 minutes on the clock for number 16 for the Ice Vols, James Goetz. And only 33 seconds for the Gamecocks. So gonna have to watch your play here. You've got 47 seconds left in the period, but a big moment coming in on those last few seconds. Obviously, we saw what happened last time the Gamecocks got a power play. Nearly immediate goal for them. And gonna be interesting to see how the Ice Vols handle this challenge.
So we're gonna get a 4-on-4 here. And this one, it's going to last all the way to the end of the second period and trickle over into the third period. So South Carolina will be up the man advantage for the end of this second period and the beginning of the third period. Tennessee, they still are going to... So a power play here for South Carolina. Spranklin loses it for a second. South Carolina will bring that one back, and this is going to take us to the end of the second period of play. So an action-packed one. We saw 2 goals in that one. South Carolina regaining the lead, getting one in the back of the net with the help from really good passing. And Tennessee...
with that power play.
Absolutely. And Tennessee, they've done a good job so far at controlling. But we're going to go down to Cassidy Olson on the ice. Cassidy, what do you got for us?
Rink, and the star player for the Tennessee Vols today has definitely been Kyle Stober so far. And is the end of the second, and he just scored his 5th goal of his senior season, and he's just been on fire, and can't wait to see what happens in the third period. Back to you guys at the booth. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Cassidy. Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. We have a very action-packed third period of play coming up. Once again, you're watching the Tennessee Club Sports Network.
Was I still on when I moved?
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Ever get the urge to just take off? Now you can charter a flight in the time it takes to order a coffee. Private aviation shouldn't be as complicated as it is. Bloated landscape of brokers and management companies, unexpected fees and wait times can make flying private a burden and a time suck. It's an industry that's stuck in the past while the rest of the world has moved on. If you can book a black car straight from your phone, you should be able to charter a plane just as easily. Welcome to Flyhouse, the future of private aviation. We're modernizing the industry by putting unprecedented access and control in the palm of your hands. Simply enter your desired trip plan and watch as hundreds of private plane operators bid to earn your business, driving down the cost of your flight. You pick the winner, you pick the plane, and you pick all the extras that make flying private worth it. Even share the trip with friends if you're sick of picking up the tab by using Flyhouse's proprietary Friend Share feature on the app. And that's it. You just booked a private flight, customized to your exact needs and the time that it takes to order a coffee. No more middleman. Deal directly with the operators. Our transparent pricing ensures fairness for all parties, maximizing savings for everyone involved. And with hundreds of Argus Platinum rated planes, the highest possible safety rating, you'll get to your destination quickly and safely every time. Safety, service, transparency. No need for headaches, no reason not to. Fly private, the way you want to fly private. Take control of your journey. Take the trip you always dreamed of. Take off with Flyhouse.
We are the Tennessee Volunteers. And now is our time. Time for unbeatable experiences, for bold innovation, for historic moments. It's time to do what Vols do best. More life-changing research, more problem solving, more lighting the way. We have what it takes. It takes a volunteer.
shots of downtown Knoxville. Look at that, the beautiful city skyline. Brought to you by Music City Drones. Amazing, the Knoxville Civic Coliseum at sunset here on Rocky Top. Once again, my name is Charlie Sarafian, joined alongside the incredible Holden Bulls. Holden, we've been treated to a really good hockey game. That's really all I'm going to say. It's been a mix and match of goals, fights, action, everything you could really ask for at 12:45 on a Friday night.
Certainly, it has been, Charlie. But as they're playing in here, life is a highway. And statistically, it doesn't really make sense for the Tennessee Ice Balls to be winning this game so far. They have been sort of outplayed as we've gone, but it's what happens in those moments, the highs for the Tennessee Ice Balls, that really matters. Capitalizing on that 4-on-2 or 6-on-2, no, 6-on-4, sorry, 2-man down. 6-on-4 power play, getting a goal in that short window, and 5-on-3. I am so sorry.
You know, it's late.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of this third period, it's basically going to be time for breakfast. I'll tell you that. So.
Essentially, yeah. But getting that done, making a great play. Tennessee Ice Balls are just getting it done when it matters. Well, South Carolina can have the consistency, but if the consistency is not the level they need, Ice Balls are walking out of here with a victory.
And you know, Tennessee up 2-1 in this game. South Carolina, you got to get going. If you're going to get going, you got to give it to a puck to a guy named John Riggins. John Riggins, he's a guy. I sound like Chris Collinsworth. Now, here's a guy. He can make something out of nothing. Looking a little Mahomey. John Riggins, he's got to find open lanes, get that puck, start firing those shots, find his teammates. He's the guy you want to rely on if you're South Carolina, just to start spreading that puck around, spreading the wealth, because, you know, this Tennessee team, they've come into this game hot. They're ready to play. The one advantage, South Carolina, they're going to be on a power play for the first minute and 13 of this second period as we get started in about 30 seconds. Players getting ready to take the ice. Head coach Drew King, nonchalant, if you will, sitting back, ready for action.
Very much so. And like you say,
we're going to go down to an interview with Aubrey Anderson. Aubrey, what do you got for us down there?
I'm Francis.
And what group are you guys with?
We play for the club field hockey team here at Tennessee.
And I think that the ice hockey team stopped by your practice today. How was that?
It was a lot of fun. They were surprisingly good, which we really weren't expecting, but we had a blast.
It was hard, and I was kind of scared for my facial structure and like every bone in my body, but they were fun to play against, and they were pretty, competitive.
They were really nice too. So,
well, that's great. Do you guys think you could beat them?
I think that if they actually followed the field hockey rules, I think we would have a good chance of beating them.
We played them and we lost, but in my heart we won.
We really didn't lose.
Yeah, because everything was getting called like against us.
So I think the odds were kind of stacked against us.
Yeah, but I think we could have beat them, and we will next time.
Yeah,
so,
next time.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Well, you heard it. Tennessee hockey breaking bones and breaking hearts over there on the T-Rec field when they played the field hockey team. So that's fun. And, potentially, maybe we might doing those games. We might start doing those games.
Hey, club sport on club sport sounds like a blast. And as you can see here, it makes sense. These guys putting up insane amounts of grit, effort, and everything in between. They've got 20 minutes here. We're currently looking at a time of 12:50 at night. So we're getting a little late in the night, but they're here to stay.
And it's past my bedtime, but this Tennessee hockey team, they're not ready for bed at all soon because they're fired up 2-1 in this game. Let's see if they can hold off South Carolina on the opening 2 minutes of this game. 1 minute to go. James gets in the box of this power play opportunity, 5-on-4 hockey. South Carolina and Tennessee zone. Patrick Green still back in between the sticks for the Volunteers. Tommy Carroll looking for maybe a shorthanded goal. Drags, looks, stolen. Had his pocket picked by number 6 for South Carolina, Tommy Marvin. Marvin's such a good defender, able to really get down in there and stop plays from happening before they even happen. This puck being placed over by the blue line. Number 18, Carson Scove. He had some time in the penalty box in this one, but he's been playing fantastic also for the Volunteers. He has that goal for the Gamecocks, rifled that one in there past Patrick Green, and, you know, that's not easy to do.
It sure isn't. As we've talked about, one of the best save percentages in D2 and absolutely showing out today. He's faced 18 shots, only let one in. Doing a great job from Patrick as we got Spranklin driving up 1-on-3, though, as he's going to kill the power play.
Spranklin fires one. Watch out, the fans. Luckily, there's glass there. I don't think they knew that. They still flinched. John Riggins now the other way. He's got a man with them. Passes up the puck. Nice move. Sneaks in there. The Gamecocks. Hello. John Riggins to Garrett Albers. Heartbreak for the Volunteers. Getting frisky with it. Oh, the Cocks are fired up.
And just like he said, Riggins, the pass, everything they needed, working for them there. Not what you want to see if you're an Ice Falls fan, but you know that they can still bounce back from this and take home the dub.
And you know, the Cocks came, and they came quick. Pause. They are really making something happen in this game right now. It is a tied hockey game here in the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. As South Carolina looks for more blood. LaGreca trying to defend as Spranklin tips that one back. We got a game here, folks, and it is being played at 1 a.m. Here on Rocky Top is Spranklin with it now. Spranklin, the fastest skater in the College Hockey South, takes a shot a little high. Tamoyan, he was up there ready to stop that as Pavic tries to spin that puck back and find anyone in the middle. No one was there to receive. We'll get a stoppage to play here. We'll see what they call. I believe it's an offsides.
Yeah, Charlie, as you saw there, Spranklin obviously playing the game on ice, but really bringing the heat, putting the Cocks to the flame, and serving up some fried chicken, Knoxville style. Hopefully, they can get the dub here in the end.
Playing the Cocks to the flame, that's got to hurt. As we get a face-off over in South Carolina's zone. Frazier, he'll lose that one. Dumps it back over to Frazier, and they'll just send that one up top, and South Carolina will look to reset here. So 17:30 to go in this one, tied hockey game. You know the rules. If it's tied by the end of regulation, it will go to an overtime, then a shootout. There's another shot, just right. Patrick Green on his toes now. He's being tested. The shots on goal are now in favor of the Gamecocks, 18-16. Frazier now looking to find someone in the middle. Waits, very patient, well defended though by South Carolina. Number 13, Nico Tashjian was there to knock that one away. USC now will take this one and they'll get an offsides. And, you know, head coach of the South Carolina team, Stephen Brochu, along with his assistants, Jonathan Kockle-Kleckenberg and Alan Seroy, they're drawing up plays for the South Carolina team to maybe get that offense more fluid, start spreading out the puck a little bit, because that seems to be working when they play at a slower pace.
Yeah, certainly. I know they came out firing. Didn't quite work for them then, but as the game's gone on, definitely slowed down the pace of play. And it's certainly looking to be a lot closer now as we've got the game tied 2-2 and very close in the shots.
So we get a face-off coming now in the South Carolina zone. And, you know, again, this one has just been Pink Pony Club. Nice. This one's been so fun. Is Primo to face off against number 8 for South Carolina. Jake Puskar. Puskar will win that one.
Comes back to Patrick. Sets up his defense nicely as they bait him around the goal.
And the puck gets up onto the boards as Puskar now. Ooh, he tried to dump that one in for number 18, Carson Scove. Again, Carson Scove, arguably more dangerous than John Riggins in this game. John Riggins has been well defended. It looks like Drew King kind of told his guys, hey, there's a reason he's the MVP in the College Hockey South. You need to defend that because he's kind of been quiet.
Yeah, certainly so. But you saw what happens when he gets open with that last power play goal. Easy pass from Riggins to set up a great goal for the Cocks.
Oh, and possibly a delayed penalty. No, they're not going to call it. That's just the boys playing hockey. Why not? If you're just tuning in, once again, you're watching the Tennessee Club Sports Network here on Rocky Top as the Gamecocks have tied up this one. 15:40 to go. Tennessee looking to respond and regain the lead. South Carolina has yet to lead in this one. Tennessee 2 leads, wide open. Pavic takes a shot, just left. He was wide open out of nowhere, not able to finish. Calling for it again, Ani, he couldn't find it. The Gamecocks the other way with it. It's Colin Reed. Reed will test Green, no good. Kelly loses it. Is now South Carolina. They've woken up a little bit here as everybody's gone to bed. It's now 1 a.m. here in Knoxville. Most fans probably watching from the comfort of their own homes, on their couch, bed, beanbags. I don't know what you guys like to do, but either way, sit back, relax, grab a beverage. It's club hockey time right now. It's Updike now. He gets poked away, falls, loses his footing. Still fighting it for up on the boards. Updike and Hurlburt as Riggins will come away with it and try to lead the push, and that one's going to glide all the way back over to Patrick Green's side of the ice, and we'll get an icing.
Yeah, it's really been the past minute or so, no real possession, I'd say. Really just a bunch of stray hits, trying to get an idea on how to get that puck back. I think if you're the Tennessee Ice Falls or the Gamecocks here, all you're really wanting to do, get a calm possession, spread the pass around, spread out, and get a good shot on goal.
Drew King, also affiliated with the Knoxville Ice Bears. Not to mention a couple weeks ago, he suited up with 6 hours notice, came in, scored the first goal of the game for an exhibition game for the Knoxville Ice Bears. So he's the guy who can really do it all. Speaking of guys who can do it all, LaGreca down there for Tennessee, new to the program. He's got a couple goals so far in this season. So this team, it got a lot deeper. Now here's Spranklin alone. He'll fire one. It's blocked by Tamoyan. So Spranklin testing Tamoyan. Why not? When you've got the most goals in the season for Tennessee hockey, you may as well put up some shots.
Moving back down. Number 6, Carter Trussler ends up losing it on the pass. Icefall still with possession.
Now on the blue lines, LaGreca knocks that one up, still fighting for it. No one's got it. Finally, the Gamecocks settle down and simmer down with this puck. Still pushing and trying to get that regain control. So the words are no longer making sense when they come out of my mouth. Pavic now gets it. Now back to Tennessee. It's Carter Trussler. He'll lose it. Back to the Gamecocks. Offside, ooh, that's a heartbreaker.
Sure is. Great opportunity there for the Gamecocks. Just a second offside. If you're a Gamecocks fan, hate to see it. But great officiating out of the Stripes. Don't like to give them credit much, but they are doing their job well there.
You know, Connor Frazier, a guy for Tennessee, sets the tone. He's a senior. They're going to hate to have him go when his tenor's done at the University of Tennessee. It's quite unfortunate to see a guy like that go who's been so prevalent for the Ice Falls for such a long time. Part of the program, a DMV native. So South Carolina knocking on the door. Still looking to find something. There's a wide open lane. Here's a shot. That one just to the right. Try to wrap around. Knocked away, though, by Ani. Good heads-up play from Jack Ani.
A great second win from Patrick as well. Getting back across the goal. Being able to stop that play from being able to develop thanks to the help with Ani.
Now a good pass. You're going to get some wide open ice. There's the shot knocked away from Patrick Green. Shot was on target. Didn't fall. Gets Houndingham. And now Gamecocks with it. There's a shot. Knocked away again. So Getz will control. Join alongside of his buddy Primo. Getz still with it. That one will go over to Patrick Green. He'll brush that aside and let Getz control the puck. Oakley to his right, Bryce Cooper to his left. Bryce Cooper, the facilitator and the enforcer in the game now for Tennessee. This one's going to go back over to Primo, South Carolina with the puck. So that's number 2. A good defenseman for the Gamecocks. Aiden Dunphy, again, he's played great in the playoffs, and he's had a good regular season last year for South Carolina. A lot of guys in this program who have been around for a while, a lot of seniority, kind of like what we see in Tennessee. A lot of these SEC teams, you know, you're coming to the end of what was a great run.
Yeah, certainly so, but it's just a really hard-fought battle here between the Ice Falls and the Gamecocks. Like you said, nothing's really making sense anymore, but what will make sense is a Tennessee Ice Falls dub here.
Face-off, won by South Carolina, or nobody, I should say. It's on the boards, and now it'll break free. It's the Gamecocks trying to make a push now. No. Number 17, Enzo Finelli. South Carolina still looking to try to score. In front, loose puck knocked away. Hurlpert will get it out of there. Now brought back down. There's another shot. Goes off the leg of Trussler. And again, sails back into Tennessee's zone. So the Volunteers having a hard time keeping it out of their zone now because the South Carolina Gamecocks have started to realize they've got to get going here. They've tied the game. Now you got to get the lead. Over to Hurlbert, but it's intercepted. Tommy Marvin trying to crack it out of the crease. They got locked up in the boards. And offsides.
Yeah, I think as the night goes on, it's starting to show that Carolina's losing some of their discipline, trying to just get that goal there. But we do have an interview coming in with Cassidy, so let's send it over to her.
Hi, this is Cassidy Olsen, and we're halfway through this third period, almost end of regulation, and I wanted to touch light on the past 5 days. We've been talking about the big orange give, and Tennessee hockey has definitely been given some funds to hopefully help produce better games and more light to the department. Thank you. Back to you guys at the booth.
Thrilling news, Cassidy. Thank you for sharing. As Tennessee looking to try to put on a show here and have a thrilling game. LaGreca try to get over to Spranklin. LaGreca takes a shot. I'm gonna have to start doing my ABCs. At least little seashells by the seashore. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that. Ani now dumps it. Back off, almost stolen by South Carolina once again. Matthew Baxter for the Gamecocks. And that one's fired up onto the boards. It's a foot race. Jack Ani tries to get there in time. Garrett Albers met him right there. Garrett Albers, he's got a goal in this one. Volunteers defending it well. Here come the Ice Falls. It's Pavic, somehow staying on his feet. Makes a nice move. Oh, hello, Showtime hits the ice hard. Up on the boards. Oh, my goodness. Fed first into the boards. That cannot feel good.
Yeah, certainly seeing some hockey pucks there, but gets back up, gets back into play, and a great save. Good opportunity for the Gamecocks.
Now the other way. Tennessee will try to get back on the other side of the ice. Time of possession now shifting in favor of the Gamecocks. How do I know that information? I just know. Schneider in the game now for Tennessee. We haven't seen a whole lot of him. And that one is going to be try tried bringing it down. It was Connor Frazier, as the words, again, are just not really formulating in my mind here.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah, you know, things happen, a lot of talking. Might need some water or something. But hey, look, we're back. Oh, we're in frame now. Hello. Charlie Sarafian with Holden Bulls. Again, it's been fun.
Yeah, we're definitely starting to lose it a little bit, but I think the teams are as well. As you've seen, few hiccups from the Gamecocks, but also few opportunities that the Gamecocks have gotten off Tennessee ice ball, slow or messed up substitutions as we're back in play.
That one's going to go over in the Tennessee bench. So it's going to be interesting to see how Drew King, the head coach, approaches the end of this third period. I promise, folks, it was apple juice in my water bottle.
Indeed it was.
Good save from Patrick Green. South Carolina looking to sneak one in there. There's another wraparound shot, trying to get the backhand. There's one just far right. 7:30 to go. As I was trying to say, Carter Trussler just took his shot up onto the boards. Oof, he went flying, almost became a player for South Carolina. Sat in their bench. There's another look. Oh, players are flying all over the place now. It's getting frisky out here. That one goes sailing, and now Carolina the other way. Nico Tashian alone. Shot, no good. There's another one off Patrick Green. Multiple players threw onto the boards. Nico Tashian, he had a good look. I wonder what's his deal.
Yeah, nothing really making sense here with the Gamecocks. You have a one-on-one. You've got the guy beat, and you turn around and dish it off. I mean, obviously you want to trust your guys like that, but sometimes it's just not making sense for them.
You know, and they're trying to make some sense. And Carroll Shifty, hello, watch out, updike. Oh, he was beautifully fed in the middle, couldn't finish. There's another one, puck in front, it's loose. Multiple bodies up on the blue line, they can't finish.
Cox on Cox. Piling up.
Oh, they're teasing me up here. There was a good look. They couldn't sneak it in. The top of the puck almost went over the line. Just the tip, though. Weren't able to find anything. Sprankling in there now. Trying to find any open ice. Again, Tennessee, they're trying to run that same play that head coach Drew King has drawn up so many times. Wrap around, find the open middle man. There's a slap shot. Blocker save from Patrick Green. Couldn't find it. Spranklin chasing it down, gets pushed down onto the ice. Now the other way, it's Tommy Marvin controlling the puck for USC and not Southern California. We're talking about University of South Carolina, the one below North Carolina. The one above Florida/Georgia. I'm not a geographer, but I've just been alerted from my producer, it's Georgia. In front, looking for it, can't find it. Connor Frazier coming the other way. I'm just getting an alert here that South Carolina doesn't connect to Florida.
It is still above it, though. You got that correct, Charlie.
The more you know. The Gamecocks the other way. Wide open shot. Glove save. Flashy. Can't finish. Patrick Green. Oh, he's incredible. And now the ice falls. A chance here. Toe drag. Poked him away. No penalty call. The fans not happy with it. Zebra standing their ground. Frazier with it. Thinks. Looking. Down low. Still possibly drawing up something here. The Volunteers a chance. Oh, another player goes and hits the ice. He's calling for it and doesn't get the penalty. Schneider wasn't happy about that one. Still with it now, it's Pavic. He'll find Frazier. There's a shot just right. Oh my goodness, so many opportunities. Pavic with it, makes a move. Loses it. John Reagan's fighting for his life down on the boards. 4 minutes to go. Tied hockey game. Vols like sharks in the water. They smell blood. They want it badly. As they'll look to reset here and get a line change. Holden, I don't know about you, but this is the most exciting hockey game I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'd have to say so too. It's getting crazy out there. Both teams, Gamecocks, Ice Falls, honestly looking dysfunctional for a second there, but Ice Falls got together. They stood on business. They got it passed around, and they had a few great shots, just unable to get it up in the end.
Oh, wow, this is just such a treat, but we're going to get a penalty here. It's going to be, it looks like cross-checking, called on number 15 for Tennessee. The fans are not happy with it. That's Jacob Primo, is going to be spending some time in the sin bin. Oh my goodness, almost just fell back here. I am just absolutely fired up for this game, losing my footing and my speech here, but the fans not happy with that call. So Jacob Primo, he was sent over to the penalty box for cross-checking. That is not what you want to happen, especially a tied hockey game, 3:30 to go, 2-minute power play for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, especially with how good these Gamecocks have been in the power play. You know, all season they've been this good, and now they've shown it here in Knoxville Coliseum that they can capitalize on these moments.
Oh, for sure. And just like a beer on a Sunday of football, you got to kill it. That's what they got to do here on the Tennessee side of things. They got to stay alert, and you got to really be careful that you're not getting too fancy. Tennessee, they like to go for their short-handed opportunities. I think if the ball's here, this is a situation, clear that puck. Just get it out of the zone. Help out your guy, Patrick Green, who's been helping you all game.
Certainly so. If I'm Tennessee here, I want to see my best defenders, the guys who've been putting their hearts on the line today in this lineup. I don't care about getting a goal here. I'm here to survive till 1:28 on that clock and at least, if not get a goal, take it to overtime.
Face-off coming. It's Riggins, along with Tommy Carroll, both some of the best centers in the league. You can even argue in the country. Tyler Tamoyan dumps it off. Cox, they're coming up the ice. Watch out. Looking to try to get one in the back of the net and get this picnic ongoing and put that bread in the basket. Tennessee just trying to get it out of there, and Patrick Green will swallow it up.
Wonderful. Yeah, great play from Patrick there. Getting some love from the comments. We see you, Reed Clark. And here the Ice Falls are really cooking. I think they're going to make it, hopefully, into their set here.
There's another shot just left. Tennessee in the danger zone right now. He's got multiple Cox knocking on the door. Trying to get one in there. It's Riggins by the blue line. Gets it down low to number 4 for South Carolina. The forward, Colin Reed. Still looking for it. It's Marvin. Marvin over the way to Marchese. Now they can't find anything just yet. Colin Reed will let that one sail back, and they'll look to reset. Puck back up top. Garrett Albers over to Marvin. There's a shot. Good block from Jack Ani. He just took that one to the chest. Almost like a kid in dodgeball in 4th grade. Good save from Patrick Green. Now back up to Marvin by the blue line. 47 seconds to go until Jacob Primo comes out of the penalty box. 2:11 to go in the regulation of this hockey game. Another shot. Stick goes flying. Can't sneak it in there. Still trying to find anything to go. Ani pestering him up on the boards. That one will go back up top, and they'll reset the offense here. Head coach from South Carolina, Stephen Brochu, he's going to look to maybe get his team more aggressive because so far the Volunteers, they've been smothering defensively. Marvin, top of the ice, over to his right side. There's another shot, just right. Patrick Green, you can see the sweat dripping off his forehead. He's being pressured right now. Wide open, Riggins just off. John Riggins was looking for it, couldn't find it. Marvin now down low as they look to try to get in there, and that's going to do it for the power play. The Vols kill it as Riggins will circle back. Holden, this is going to come down to the wire.
It sure is here, Charlie. That's exactly what you needed if you were the Ice Falls. Great positioning, blocking the Cox at every chance they had. Doing a great job, killing 2 minutes off the clock and taking this possibly to overtime.
Cooper skating back on the defensive side of things. They couldn't find it. Cooper falls down on the ice. 50 seconds to go. If Tennessee scores, I might lose my mind. Time winding down. If it's tied by the end of regulation, we go to overtime. Golden Goal wins. Stober in the game now. You have some seniority out there for the Vols, along with the freshman LaGreca, one of the best goal scorers on this team. That one's going to come down onto the ice. LaGreca with it. Loses it for a second. Now the other way with it, it's South Carolina. Kai Bonsukin on the ice now. Again, he played very well in Athens back in February. Toe drag. Pavic loses it. 15 seconds to go. And that one will sail back behind Patrick Green. So 10 seconds now. I don't think the Volunteers are going to be able to get the puck down in time. Schneider loses it. Puck in center ice. 3 seconds, 2. And that's going to do it in regulation, folks. We are headed to overtime at now 1:16 a.m. It's past everyone's bedtime. Nobody really wants to be here except for us because this is the best night of my life.
Hey, Charlie, I don't know where anyone else would want to be besides here in these seats. As you can see, pretty packed house where we've got out here. Like you said, dressed up as the seats, but it's a great game. I don't know why anyone would not want to be, if not here, tuned in to TCSN for some amazing coverage of a great game between the Tennessee Ice Vols and the Gamecocks.
Absolutely. I could be at the bars talking to beautiful Tennessee women, but I would want to be here instead because this is good hockey. Now we're going to go down to our sideline reporters, Cassidy Olsen and Aubrey Anderson. What do you got for us, guys?
I'm Cassidy.
And I'm Aubrey.
And we're here by the rink, and the end of regulation just happened, and we have a 5-minute break until the first part of overtime. What do you think that you want to see the Ice Vols do tomorrow, Aubrey?
I think a lot of it starts with communication. We've had a lot of bodies falling on the ice, lots of stumbling, and I feel like that frustration is coming out from head coach Drew King himself. There's a lot of yelling on the bench, so I'm interested to see what they're going to take from that into this overtime and into tomorrow.
I agree. Let's see how this overtime goes. Back to you guys.
Took the words right out of my mouth, guys. Seriously, I was thinking the same thing. Let's see what Drew King can do here for Tennessee as we'll get a face-off now. So 3-on-3 hockey in Knoxville, Tennessee. You're watching the Tennessee Club Sports Network. Stober, Spranklin, Cooper. On the ice for Tennessee now. As they'll look to play defense. South Carolina looking to play the villain in this one. Trying to suck the soul out of all these fans who sit here through 2 hours of hockey. Next game coming up tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. in the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. It'll be game 2 of this series, which will be in a couple of hours.
Looking pretty interesting so far. You've got 2 of your best offensive players, best for the game-winning moments, the big-time plays, and then obviously Cooper, a great defensive player, but as we're looking through it, nice little line change.
So we get an offside. South Carolina not happy with it. Frazier on the ice now along with Stober and Ani. For South Carolina, you're looking at a couple of good players as well. You got Brendan Flaherty, who's done good in this game so far. Kai Bonsukin, an incredible defenseman, standing at 5'9". And looking at head coach Drew King, now he is somebody who's been dedicated to this program, winning the College Hockey South Coach of the Year. Oh my God, there's a bug on our desk. Excuse me. Sorry, gotta get that out of here. Drew King, as I was saying, it was like a cockroach or something. I don't know.
Stink bug, I think.
Stink bug, yeah. I'll tell you, it's not a stink bug. It's Drew King. Again, a coach. College Hockey South of the Year in 2024. Led the Volunteers to the playoffs and to nationals. Such a talented guy. The mind of a genius.
Indeed. And plays like one, too. When he came out here in that exhibition match, blew us away, blew the other team away, and wish he was out here right now.
Exactly. He's a guy, you know, still young. I know he's still got some talent to him. Playing for the Knoxville Ice Bears, obviously one of the best teams in the country. You really have to be able to come in and just be a coach, be a player. Don't fact check that. I know the Knoxville Ice Bears are something that I've heard they're going to move up to the NHL soon.
I mean, is there another league above that? Can they just play nationally?
That's what I was. Maybe they could just be the national team for America.
I wouldn't complain.
At that point.
Great atmosphere here, as we saw coming into this game. Definitely carried over a bit.
You know, I think the energy did carry over it a bit, even though there's about 9 fans in attendance here, and that includes all of us in the broadcast booth. What I can tell you is we're ready. We're here to have fun, and South Carolina is going to have a player headed to the box here. So they will. It's still going to remain 3. Well, it will be 4-on-3 now, so Tennessee will get an extra player out there on the ice. They've chosen to go with Bryce Cooper. Face off in Tennessee zone. Frazier, Riggins, some of the best players in college club hockey. South Carolina will win that face-off, fire that one all the way back over to Patrick Green's side of the ice. Now again, if this overtime concludes and it is still 2-2, we will go to a shootout. And if that happens, pull out your phones, screen record it, pull some clips, because it's going to be entertaining. Bryce Cooper with it now, trying to make sure that doesn't happen. There's a shot off the face of Tyler Tamoyan.
An absolute rocket from Cooper there, right? I don't think I've seen that out of anyone on Tennessee trying to get this game over with. But as it's looking right now, we're in for a good rest of this overtime period and maybe even a shootout.
Face-off one again by South Carolina. So far, they've been good at clearing this puck all the way back this entire game. Tennessee was able to score on that 5-on-3 early in that second period. Looking to get one again. Cooper dumps it to Pavic, sets the screen. Losing it though, and now the Gamecocks will clear it again. As Patrick Green will let that one go to the side for Frazier. Frazier, he's a guy you can trust to be back there for Tennessee. Drew King, he knows what he's doing with this lineup. Frazier, he's very patient with it now. Now over to Pavic, and they'll clear it again. So that one's going to glide all the way back over to Green, who will come out. Let Sprinkle pick it up. 2:54 to go in this game. 50 seconds left to go on the power play for the Icefalls. Serving it is number 20 for South Carolina, Garrett Albers. He's got a goal tonight for the Gamecocks. Connor Frazier back over to Ani. Ani back to Frazier, but it's intercepted by the Gamecocks' Carson Scove. He's a guy defensively who can make things happen and disrupt plays. So Tennessee, you got to be careful with him out there. You don't want to give him a crack at going down the ice the other way, coast to coast, getting a shorthanded goal. Stober pinned up on the blue line. Scove will chase this one. Now again, Holden, what do you maybe want to see from Scove to, disrupt this defense as, we're kind of seeing it right now?
Yeah, I think right now it's just been a lot of coast to coast, one end of the ice to the other, and it's not getting much accomplished. What I want to see is if we get possession, getting it down there, finding the open pass. You were 4-on-3, and you weren't able to get much going there. So if you're the Icefalls, get the puck, and now as we're even, settle down and get the goal.
Frazier left alone, one-on-one. Will he end it? Here he does!
What a goal!
Connor! It's over! It's over, ladies and gentlemen! Number 14, the captain, the golden boy, Connor, oh Lord! First name Connor, last name Frazier puts the dagger in this cake and ends this birthday party. The Tennessee Icefalls, they win it in overtime 3-2 in a thriller.
Yeah, talking about a settled clear, why do you need that when you got Connor Frazier on your team? Stares the goalie down, puts one in the back of the net. That's what you need on your team, someone who's going to take charge, and who else but the captain to send this game home, finish the overtime, and send the Cocks not packing, but waiting to get sent again on Sunday.
Unbelievable, but we're going to go down to Cassidy and Aubrey on the ice for a hit. What do you got for us?
I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Cassidy.
Huge win for the Icefalls here at home tonight. Connor Frazier, the captain, scored with just a minute and a half left to go. Hopefully we'll take that momentum into tomorrow, and it is in fact, 1 a.m. So Cassidy, what do you think is the biggest concern for tomorrow?
I think the biggest concern for tomorrow is definitely going to be their sleeping schedule. They're not tired at all, as you can hear right now. They're going into the locker room as we speak, and they're pumped. But let's hope that they can get at least a couple hours so that they'll look great tomorrow.
Clearly, energy does not seem to be a problem, but I do want to see every one of them drinking a Red Bull. And go Vols. Have a good night.
I'll tell you who's not going to bed after that one. Me, I might go celebrate. Oh my goodness, I'm not calling the game tomorrow. I've got nowhere to be. But Holden, let's just talk about that last goal. Connor Frazier, unbelievable.
Indeed. It was heads up. It was inspirational. And I'm thankful because I get to go home too. So, Frazier, he finds the puck, knows he's got pressure coming on him from the right hip, doesn't care about that, stares the goalie down. It was textbook. Top right, doesn't matter. Sends it on home. That'll send the Ice Vols up to 7-5 and leaving Carolina at a 500 record, 4-4. But we'll see you again right here tomorrow.
And you know, so many important figures in the world and of all time. Napoleon, Julius Caesar, Barney from How I Met Your Mother, but Connor Frazier, he's the guy tonight. He's an inspiration. Kids, if you're watching at home, try to be like that guy. Unbelievable. I have nothing left to say. My name's Charlie Sarafian alongside Holden Bowles. We had a great time tonight. Come back tomorrow and watch us on the Tennessee Club Sports Network at 2:15 p.m. for Game 2 of this series. Get home safe. Well, you guys are already probably in bed since it's basically 3 a.m. Have a good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Thank you, guys.